Hey YouTube, coming at you with a team that was posted in the comments by a subscriber, Greninja, Quilfish, and Clotsair. Now, they recommended the first they recommended just normal Quilfish, the poison water. But I started with the Hisui Quilfish because I've used it a few times in other metas before. So, plus there's a lot of darks, and it is half dark, so I thought that that would help with resisting some of the moves. And then I wasn't doing amazing with it. And so I switched to the other Quillfish, and then I was like, looking back on these battles, I actually just started this video a minute ago, and I had to stop because I'm like, why did the other one do so much better? And like, why is the poison move doing so much better on the Hisuian Quillfish? And I realized I ran poison jab on the Hisuian Quillfish and poison sting on the other Quillfish. So I would recommend running poison sting on both Quillfishes. Anyways, how does the team play? You have a double poison in the back. I safe swap Quillfish often, and then have Greninja beat the ground that if there was a ground that came in to beat it, and then the other one roam free. That's why I was not outpacing the Aqua Tails on the Drapions. I'm so stupid. Okay, anyways, bad lead coming in here, and like as you can see, I should have known like right off the bat, those poisons are chunking on a Azumarill. Poison Sting would not do that much. So what does it mean? It just means it hits harder, but it's a little slower on the charge. So get to the Shadow Ball. This will do a good amount of chip. And actually the Poison Jab does help me out in this particular situation because I'm able to get take this out in 2 Shadow Balls. So being able to just do that extra Poison Jab chip, able to get to a move here and chip it and take it out with the Shadow Ball. And I'm sure they were not expecting that because they just lost switch from an otherwise perfect lead. So flip switch, just trying to get whatever chip I can get here, and they do not know, so they shield. And now Clotsair still takes super effective from the bubbles and the ice beams from the Azumarill, so it's not like it's an amazing answer here. But it's way better than Greninja. Plus these sludge bombs outpace in general. I was behind on energy, but they outpace. So they shield, which is fine. I will shield back. Azumarill's just a little too slow on the charge here. So I will, even though I was behind on energy at the beginning, I will very easily outpace this and come out with some energy. So Sludge Bomb, this will take out. What is in the back? It is more Pico, and it is very glassy, and I have a super effective Earthquake. So this is going to absolutely destroy this Pokemon. Someone says I need to do more Pico Showcase. I will. Next week when Open Great League is on, we'll do a Beyond the Hype of that Pokemon next week. So stay tuned for that. Mirror matches. This is why the regular Quillfish would be better as well. Because in a mirror match, you just kind of have to stay in because the Hisuian Quillfish is half dark, half poison. So it still takes normal to the Hydro Cannons, which means that those things are going to really chunk on a glassy Pokemon. So have to kind of stay in this, but then that leaves you vulnerable in the back to ground. So this team does work better with the regular Quillfish being half poison, half water. So I get taken out here. Do get the poison jab down because it's a really hard hitting move. They come in with Drapion. And this is one of the matchups where I think it was this one and another one. I remember getting outpaced to the Aqua Tails. I'm like, shouldn't we get to the Aqua Tails at the same time? Not when you're running Poison Jab. So just spamming these Aqua Tails. If it's a Sludge Bomb or Aqua Tail, Sludge Bomb or Crutch, I'll resist. So they have to just go Aqua Tails. And I am going to shield because I think I can just outpace here. And then make a really nice catch on a Azumarill. So catch the Aqua Tail. So we'll get in here to Clotsair. And again, I'm going to outpace. So the question is, how much damage am I going to take? And how much energy can I come out with? So they'll probably put me in the yellow as well. And so I'm going to have to overfarm a bit, but I don't think I can overfarm enough, and I think I'm in Aqua Tail range at this. Well, I'm going to be in Aqua Tail range after this, yeah. Now I'm in Aqua Tail range for sure. And they can probably just like farm up and go back to back here before I get to a move. Yeah, I was just trying to throw any chip here, which is why I tried to throw right away. But they get the Aqua Tail off, take me out, and then... Oh yeah, I'm definitely not going to get to the move before you because I have Poison Jab. Looking back on it, it makes so much more sense. Okay. Golurk. Great lead. What are they going to get out into? What are we going to come in with? So again, if you had the the regular Quilfish, it's not as hard of a wall as Toxapex because you're a little glassier, but it's a wall, right? Because it's the same typing. It's a water poison. So the Quilfish with water poison would absolutely wall a Azumarill. Maybe I should use Toxapex. There's so many Greninjas out here and so many Azumarills, and I haven't even tried Toxapex in this cup yet. So maybe I'll try that next. Anyways, Golurk comes in. I'm not going to get to the Earthquake, so we'll just try and do whatever we're going to do here, which is not going to be anything much. Now, I know this thing has Dynamic Punch, so I've got a shield, and we'll have to see what's in the back here. We look like we CMP on this one. I get the Night Slash off. This will take out, so they may shield if they want to get... Didn't it look like a CMP tie? Okay. They catch on a Toxapex, and this is where having the Shadow Ball coverage is nice. I think the recommended moveset on the other Quilfish, I use Sludge Wave, but I think the recommended moveset is Ice Beam. So Ice Beam, Sludge Wave kind of don't really help you in this matchup with Toxapex, but the Shadow Ball on this Pokemon gives you some coverage. So I'm able to chip a lot with the Shadow Balls, a little bit more with the Aqua Tails to put it in farm down range. So the brine comes, they smartly do not let me farm them down. So I get one move off. At this point I can farm this Pokemon down, and then I'm not going to throw a move unless I get to 2 here, which I am at 2 because Water Shuriken is a crazy fast energy generating move. So back-to-back Night Slashes here to take this out and win. So I'm playing and Venusaur lead, terrible. We'll go into Quilfish and we'll see what happens here. I'm playing more Halloween Cup and then I just get outpaced here. Crap. Okay. I've been playing more Halloween Cup because I went against a Dragalge. And I was like, oh, this is actually a really smart Pokemon to use because you're half dragon and half poison. So you resist all the other poison. The dragon helps you resist the water. You have a gunk shot if you need coverage on a Azumarill. And you can have the Aqua Tail for the ground and just the normal Dragon Tails against everything else. So I'm using it and I'm doing pretty well with it. So it's a pretty interesting Pokemon. Plus I just said now I should also try Toxapex. So I could do a second video on that. So I think I'm playing more Halloween Cup this week. But I don't know. We'll maybe get back into the Great League remix. I don't think there's a rush. Next week is Open Great League, right? So this cup comes around once a year and it's generally pretty fun. And then next week we have, let me just check here. I'm pretty sure it's open everything next week. Great League, Ultra League, Master League. Yeah, it is. We only have 5 more weeks left in this season after this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So 5 more weeks left after this week. So we got like, what, 5.5 if you count this week. So we will have to start pushing a little bit. Start playing it. I'm playing a lot this week. Again, the last week was just a really rough. Last 2 weeks, I think, were pretty rough metas. This week, I'm playing definitely a lot more. I've played all my sets multiple days in a row. I expected the catch, but they have a shield and they have energy and it does not matter. So yeah, definitely playing a lot more. These 2 leagues are generally good. Ariados. Instant swap, or am I going to try and chip first? So I'm going to try and chip first. And I remember them being weird. Because I remember getting off... Okay, maybe it wasn't this one. I remember going against one Pokemon where I got off like 2 Hydros and they had like 100 energy. I'm like, what are you doing? So just getting to the Aqua Tail, going to chip it for some damage at this point. Again, you're just trying to draw out a ground, and if ground's not coming, then that's okay. You just want to make sure you see it. You can also, again, draw it out with Clodsire. Clodsire is pretty good too, but that's fine. Okay, Greninja. How much energy do I have? They're going to have more energy now, I think, than me. Oh, yeah, a lot more. Although they are in Night Slash range. Hydra's going to hurt. It'll put me in the yellow for sure. And now I just can't take a move before getting a move off here. So getting off the Night Slash, this will take it out because Greninja is real glassy. Ariados, so I come and immediately wall it here with Clodsire. And we'll have to see what's in the back. They lunge me, lower my attack. Froslass. Interesting. Froslass is tough. I mean, tough for Clodsire, not for Greninja. I guess I'm not surprised I'm shielding. Because if Greninja had way more health, like if it was in the green, I would probably just sacrifice Clodsire and run Greninja with like 2 shield and health. The problem is it's already in the yellow, deep yellow. And as you're seeing here, these powder snows are adding up a lot. So there's not much I can do. I need to like just get to 100 energy here. They come in with their Ariados. So I need like 3 moves here. 1 to grab a shield, 1 to take this out. I've thrown this right away because the poisons are going to do way more than the powder snows will. So take that out. And now I'm resisting the thing, and Water Shuriken is just so fast charging. And this is super effective Night Slash against a generally glassy Froslass that has no health left. Spamming to victory there. And again, we're going to play out the mirror match. There is not a lot of Pokemon in this meta, unfortunately. That's the only problem with this cup. I can already see, not that the views are going super far down, but not surprising that after a couple days of this cup, people are already being like, yeah, I get it. I know how this works. More Peko or more Pico? God, Jesus. Okay, so I was just looking at comments on the because I was just looking at like I was just looking at like the stats of my videos. I'm like, oh yeah, they got out of bed. And they're like, oh, let's go to comments just to see what people are saying. And the first thing someone says is, I think you mispronounced more. I said more Pico before, not the move. Well, until now. And then someone said more Pek-O. So is it more Peko or more Pico? Is it more Pek-O? Jeez. This is the comments the comments on my videos for the last week have been, I don't see ads, I see ads, you mispronounce everything, and then like maybe 5% actually talking about the video. So I guess the mispronouncing is part of the video. Yeah. Okay. And so I think after this game is when I switched to Quilfish with Poison Sting, which has a way better play here. So let's see if this is the one. Yeah, this is with the regular Quilfish. I think there's 2 battles here, so we'll talk about those 2 battles. And then we'll do whatever Dan talk I have in 4 minutes here. So this is the one that they stayed in with 2 Hydros. This thing's loaded, and I get off a second Hydro. I'm like, what are you doing? Why would you, especially with such a glassy Pokemon on both of our ends, like you gotta grab my shields. So at this point, I assume I could just, am I gonna get out? Because I'm worried about, I guess I'm worried about what's in the back here still. Because again, I am staying in. I should have maybe gone Quilfish right away. They catch on Greninja, nice catch. This will still chip 50%. And now get in here. So there's your 4 to an Aqua Tail like a Poison Sting is supposed to do. They can only throw Night Slash as the neutral move. Still does over 50%. Aqua Tail still resisted. But holy, Greninja is glassy. So here comes the spamminess of this thing. This is why I thought it was so much better. I'm like, well, this thing is so much better because I'm not running the right moveset on the other Quilfish. And a Marowak, and again, get to the move in 4 because that's what Poison Sting does as opposed to Poison Jab. Oh yeah. So just spamming it, basically just coming in here just to sacrifice, force them to drop some energy. 3 in the middle. Okay. Yeah, I guess I gotta lower the mid ads here. Sorry. I went back to the comments already. I'll talk about the ads in the 3 ads in the middle. That's, yeah, I know I had a lot on, but I don't want that many on. Okay. And last one, common instant Quilfish. This Pokemon, more Peko. I forgot it had Psychic Fangs. I was like, oh, this electric move is going to kill me. And I guess like Psychic Fangs would obviously hurt too. But if you're going to take a Psychic Fangs, you take the first one because the Psychic Fangs lowers your defense. So you don't want to take it on the second one, right? You take it on the first one and then shield the second one. So I didn't play that correctly. And at this point, I'm just like, okay, I just got to sacrifice this at this point. So it goes back to this one. And I come in Greninja thinking that I'm just going to outpace here. And I do, and they catch on an Azumarill. So, good catch. Get into the Toxapex here. The problem is Toxapex will not take out from this range. Because Sludge Bomb does like 50 to 55%. These Poison Stings do add up, but when you're at like 75%, I still think I'm going to need a second one. Probably coming out of this. Yeah, it'd be pretty tough to Poison Sting down here. You know what? Shield and Poison Sting down, I think I may have to do this. Because I'm going to try anyways. Oh, and they get out into Drapion. Basically just, there's a lot of jumping around in this matchup. Taking a super effective Earthquake. I'm going to force them to throw and sacrifice this and just try and run Greninja. Get some Aqua Tails in here. Get some leg in here. Take a resisted move. It's either Aqua Tail or Crunch, both resisted. Got some Water Shurikens through. This is the strength of this Pokemon. It's so spammy, right? So I just get to 2 Hydros knowing that I can go back to win here. Water Shuriken is such a good move. I understand that there's only a couple Pokemon that have it, and I think rightfully so. And it's generally the glacier ones, because this thing on any other Pokemon would be so broken. But Greninja like really struggles with its typing and its stat product. But Water Shuriken and Hydro Cannon is a deadly combo. Okay, so yes, a lot of you are seeing ads again. I think it was just that invalid traffic bug. I hope it's gone for now. I'm still gonna do memberships. I've been seeing your comments about like what other stuff for memberships would be good, so I'm gonna start adding some of those to the membership thing. There's been a lot of ads in the middle. Yeah, I'm still unclear about the mid-roll ads, and let me talk about the mid-roll ads. So you do not have an option when you click on, you guys are learning so much about YouTube. Someone in the comments, when I wrote the super long post explaining everything about what happened to my channel, someone's like, I learned more from this than I have in the last 15 years on YouTube. So I'm being very transparent of how all this works. I noted that there's views and then there's monetized ads. So the views, if I get 5,000 views on a video, only about 4,000 of them will be monetized. So it's not like every single, even though I have ads on, it doesn't necessarily mean that there's gonna be an ad on everyone. And some other people are like, I have YouTube Premium. We actually get paid. There's a YouTube Premium column. So there's like watched ads money, and then there's like a YouTube Premium money. So we do get a percentage of that as content creators. It's a small percentage, but we get some of it. With this Discord group, with all of us who got affected, someone's like, he's like, how many mid-rolls do you normally put on your videos? And I say, I used to only put on, if it's like a 16-minute video, I put on 1 around the 10-minute mark. And if it was like a 25-minute video, I probably did 1 about the 10-minute mark and 1 about the 20-minute mark. You do not have the option, once you click put videos on the ads, you do not have the option to do the beginning or the end of the video. They auto do that for you. So if you want ads on your video, YouTube automatically does the beginning ads. I have no control over it. I mean, I have control over ads, which I'm going to put on, but they're the ones who show that. I have control over mid-rolls. Someone said they put a mid-roll on every like 2 to 3 minutes on their video. And I'm like, that seems insane. Like, there's no way I, as a subscriber, would want to sit through, like, in a 20-minute video, 6 mid-rolls, like ads. That would be insane. That just seems like a way for people to top left your video. So one of the comments just said on my post, ads at the start and 3 in the middle. And I did. I put on like 4 or 5. So they got 3. But then there's other ones that are saying like, I got 1 ad at the beginning and 1 ad in the middle. Or late, yeah, GM said late ad only. And this is what I'm unclear about mid-rolls. I don't, and this is what the other person said when they said they put on 6. You put on 6, but YouTube doesn't show 6. They show what they think is best based on when you put the mid-roll. So I can put on like 50 mid-rolls if I want. They're not going to show 50. They're going to optimize it their best way. But putting so many on gives the opportunity for more to show up. Anyways, so I've got more mid-rolled ads. Anyways, this is a long way of saying I've got more mid-rolls on my video. If you are truly starting to see like 3 to 4 mid-rolls per video, let me know and I'll lighten it up, because that's too many. I don't want that, but I want them on to give me an opportunity that maybe you guys see like 1, maybe 2, because that would be my ideal, because it would up my revenue too. So that's what we're going to do for now. But yeah, if you're seeing like 3 or 4, tell me and I will take some off, because that's too many in my opinion. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.